that will actually do it correctly. So after selling, how many 130 renovations that we sold, and we don't do them anymore, which is, a real concern. So as far as I can tell, I can only blame us, the sellers, that we are not selling the work. So when the plumbers are on site, they're not really talking to the customer confidently, they're not expressing all the options they have, they're not really doing all the stuff we used to do and sell millions of dollars worth of work, which kept the company alive, and we actually provided a good product. So yeah. So how do we sell renovations? So one of the things that we will say is, they'll say to you, okay, where is your warehouse? I want to come to your warehouse and see what it looks like, and anybody that has a warehouse with fit out with all the renovation vanities and products and everything else, pretty much they're not selling you a good product, because what they're trying to do is that you come to their warehouse and it's got all these nice toilets and fixtures and vanities and everything else, and the manager or the owner is not selling you what is the best product, what is the product appropriate for you as a consumer, as a customer. It's not even selling the latest products and the best products. They've just spent, $1, $2, $3, $4 million making this place look awesome, and 1 year, 2 years, 3 years later, their same products are still there. They're just sitting there because they're already fitted in. Then they're not gonna change it every year. It's too expensive, unaffordable. They'd rather just try to make money out of it. So when the consumer is going there to a warehouse, they're going and seeing products that are 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, which is so the consumer's not getting good products. So the consumer saying, look, if you want to go to a warehouse, we can show you a warehouse, we can show you all this stuff, but it's not the latest product, it's not a product appropriate for you, it's old stuff. So what we do is we will sit down with you, we'll go through every single item. There's hundreds of vanities, hundreds of taps, hundreds of lookouts, hundreds of tiles. We'll sit down with you and figure out what's going to look good, what's suitable, what will actually work. Sometimes as the buyer, the person buying it, will think, I want this vanity, but that vanity won't even fit inside their bathroom area or the kitchen. So then you have to choose again. As the professional person selling the job has to go, well, based on my expertise, you're going to have to not choose that one, but these are your choices. So then the consumer is getting the latest, best product, the most appropriate product for them from millions of choices. And then our job is to compile it together for them. So how do we do that? Is once the client has chosen the look, the style, the photos, everything, then we send it to our 3D guys that will create like a 3D vision of everything, the whole bathroom, in and out, everything. And so when the consumer sees it, we send them the thing, they're looking at the real life version of their bathroom. They're walking through it, they can see, they'll take 4 steps to the toilet, they'll take 1 step into the shower's this big, make sure the shower door doesn't hit anything when it opens. So they'll see the whole thing. It's a full proper 3D animation. The visuals, do the tiles match the vanity, or should we change it up a little bit? So that product is really much, much better. Like, everything that's happening in the world is not like, if people say, well, I really like the physical experience, but this new experience of using 3D animations is not a loss, but it's actually a gain. And we've got the capabilities of doing that. So usually we will offer the customer, like, if you were to, go ahead, so initially we'll charge you for our time to sit down with you and figure all this stuff out, because it can take up to, minimum it takes about 6 hours up to 18 hours to plan a renovation, because a lot can go wrong, and that checklist is really, really important. Like, for example, I hope you can visualize this for a second. Say we rip out all the walls and we put the plumbing in there. And the plumbing has these pipes coming out of the wall, because eventually you're going to screw the taps into it, into the wall, the shower or whatever. But say, for example, we didn't consider the fact that once the waterproofer once the gyprocker puts his gyprock, it's about that thick, then they put their waterproofing, which is about 2 or 3 mil, then they put their tiles, it becomes about this thick.